Hello, everyone. I want to talk today to the mothers and fathers of this generation. If you have children in elementary school, if you have children in middle school, junior high school, if you have children in high school, this conversation is for you. My first question is, why wouldn't you set your children up for greatness? Why wouldn't you set your children up for greatness? Why wouldn't you give your children chores? Is my second question. My third question is, are you teaching your children anything to prepare them for the next generation? Meaning what they have to look forward to after high school. That's three questions, and I'm going to iterate on all three. The reason why I came on here today is my granddaughter went on a school field trip yesterday. This is a predominantly nice school. We live in this area because of the school system. My daughter drives 45 minutes to her job just so that my granddaughter can be in this school system because she feels it's giving her daughter the best education. This is what I suggest if you can do it, and I'm just saying, as a grandmother who have raised my children, I did it in the public system. I would say I was a middle class mom, single mom. The public school that my children went to, it was, the middle class sent their children there. It wasn't too bad. I didn't run into too many problems with my children and came home. What disturbed me and why I'm doing this video is you all parents of this generation need to pay attention to your children, what's going on in school, what the teachers are doing. I don't care if you have to Google the teachers. Everybody is Googleable, okay? Googleable, okay? Most schools have a website. You can look at the whole staff. You can see what you want to see. You can research what you want to research throughout the years and get a good idea of what you're sending your children into every day without you. So my granddaughter came home from a field trip on yesterday, and she was sitting down and she was telling me about the things that happened on the field trip. And she was looking a little disturbed and a little confused. And I was like, well, tell me about it and tell me why you got that look on your face. And she was telling me that basically, to make a long story short, the field trip was about telling them how some households without a father is sometimes a good thing versus why are y'all even talking about that on a field trip? Basically, what I got out of it, why are you sending my grandchild on a field trip that is trying to brainwash her that her situation is normal? My granddaughter does not have a father in the home. She does have a father present in her life who does provide for her along with my daughter, but he is not present in the home. Why would you take my granddaughter on a field trip and make her anyway think that it's okay that her father is not in the household? Parents, I want you to pay more attention to things like, even if you know your children are going on a field trip, find out where they're going, why they're going, what's going to be done. Because a lot of this stuff you don't even want your children to be subject to. My granddaughter came home confused, disturbed. I had to talk to her an extra hour out of the day that I didn't prepare to talk to her because of something that the school introduced her to. Being yet alone, she's going through this process of not having her father in the home. Now she's thinking. My granddaughter has to grow up to become a mother one day, someone's wife, so she can have a home. That's what girls should be thinking about. Not about, oh, it's a good idea maybe, or maybe it's not a bad idea, to have a man in my life or have a father for my child. What is going on? Next thing is the chores in the household. That's only preparing them for the future, people. When you leave your mother's and father's home and you go out into the world, you shouldn't be slapped in the face with the world. You should be ready for it. Let's start preparing our children for the world, everyone. It is so important that they take out the garbage, that they clean their room, that they wash their clothes, they mow the lawn. I mean, you don't need a lawn service if you have teenagers. You don't need a lot of things that you're paying for when you have teenagers. Why should you get a cleaning service to come clean your house? Get everybody up on Saturday morning and let's get to cleaning. Okay, baseboards, headboards, however you want to go, boards, shower. As a single mom, as a single household, as a single provider, I did whatever I could in my household to make sure that my children were taken care of properly. Here's the thing, I want to target the emotional parent, the non emotional parent. You non emotional parents, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You're not telling your kids you love them. You're not telling your kids good night at night. You're not telling them good morning in the morning. You're not talking to them. You're talking about them, just like you do God. You talk about God, but you're not talking to God. Your kids are emotionally not attached to love because you're not hugging. You don't hug your children. You don't eat dinner with your children. You don't prepare meals with your children. It's a lot of things you don't do with your children. But because you are a provider, you think that that's everything. You think that everything is above and beyond because you are a provider. No, you are a sorry parent. Parenting is the overall. Parent is the overall haul. Parenting is the good, the bad, the ugly with the children. You can't put your kid aside because you tired. You can't put your kid aside because you don't feel like it. You can't put your kid aside because you exhausted. You can't go on trips without your kids because you tired of your kids and you want to get away. Take your kids with you. Do what you got to do for your kids because all it is the Bible says train up a child in a way that they should go, that they should not depart from it. I need you parents to pay more attention to your children. Even consider those of you with kids in the elementary system. Think about homeschooling. Figure out what that looks like for you. Figure out what that looks like, what that can look like for your children. Because I'm sorry to say, what I'm seeing as a grandmother in the school system right now, it is not good. It is a brainwashing situation. A lot of the teachers don't even like your child. They just want to get a check. You need to be responsible for how your children turn out. And that's just my what I have to say today. I love you all with all my heart. I just want the world to be a better place. I want the children of the world to smile and be happy. I think it's a real bad problem when you have children not happy, children depressed, children stressed, and they have parents that are just walking around them every day and not even seeing their need. Pay more attention to your children and the surroundings around your children. Do it for me, please, moving forward in 2024. Let's end the year greater.